Hello everyone and welcome to the finale of Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. So, yeah, we're going to take on Mysterio, and first we're starting off with a Scarecrow section. so, um, that's kind of neat. Yeah, this is a year after Arkham Asylum was a thing, so I bet you they were trying to come up with ideas for what to do, and this was just kind of like, you know, this was just going to be an inevitability, because when you really think about it, the noir stuff in this game is basically it's trying to be, kind of Arkham Asylum-esque, so I guess in between boss fights or me explaining what is going on, I should kind of tell you my history a little bit with Mysterio. And oh, where to begin? So I think for the most part, um, I remember the '90s show being one of the first things, like when he teams up with the Sinister Six, or like his solo episode I've seen a few times as a kid. Um, and I did really like Mysterio. Like, he was just kind of, this Hollywood sleazeball who had a major fuck up in his career and decided to take it out on Spider-Man, even though he didn't really do nothing to him. But it's just that kind of, it's always that jealous type. Um, so his design I like a lot too. The green bodysuit, and also the gauntlets with like the one spike coming off of it, I guess you can say it was, or at least that's the closest thing I can get to that. But yeah, it was pretty cool for the time. So
What's that? I can't hear you.
but yeah, like Mysterio did make a few appearances, and he had a really like bitchin' voice too. Like, he had a really awesome looking, like, he had an awesome voice. Like, it was that kind of modulated type deal. So yeah, in between bosses, you're essentially switching between different Spider-Man. So we started with Noir, and now we're Ultimate, and this is basically, you're basically just dealing with like shadow demons and stuff. This one you have to sorry. He's gonna have these like orbs floating around, so once you take care of the thugs and stuff, he'll have these kind of orbs floating around, and you just have to smash those, and it'll damage him somehow. But you'll see what I mean in just a second. Also, he'll throw like smoke at you, deadly smoke. So yeah. So one thing I didn't realize, because it's been a while since I played this, you just gotta wait till it'll show a projection of a villain, and then the orb will kind of change colors. So once it changes to a light purple, you can destroy it. And of course, he'll send multiple ones out, so you just gotta watch out for the projections. You can't hurt them or anything. You just gotta wait for them to attack and not let them hit you. And it's not limited to just one universe. It's all like different. It's all the different variants of villains. So it's like Sandman, Electro, Kraven the Hunter, Doc Ock, that sort of deal. So, and every once in a while he'll switch. Like now he'll be, once you take like quarters of his health or certain parts of it, he'll switch to different constructed arenas for you to fight in. But so the next appearance I can really think of around that time was the Neversoft game. Like I said before, I didn't play it as a kid. I know it primarily, I knew it primarily from the cutscenes. So like all the pre-rendered cinematics, I did watch a lot, and so I watched all the cutscenes, and I remember like really liking Mysterio in that. He was trying to be this kind of imposter Spider-Man, I guess, and so he just kind of like, you know, he becomes Spider-Man for a bit, does some crimes and stuff, and then later on you meet your doppelganger, and then realize like, oh, it's Mysterio, and you have this giant like boss with Mysterio. It's always like giant, like it's always giant Mysterios that you're fighting in games. It's always something to do with, you know, big Mysterio like illusions and all that shit. So, but yeah, he was pretty cool in that. I just like you know, you're going between different levels of the stage, like you're jumping between one floor to the next, and trying to take care of Mysterio. Aw, man. There you go. There you go. Come on, destroy that one.
And with that, supervillain banter hits an all-time low. Hey, thanks for helping to work out my
But yeah, that boss is really cool. Speaking of video games, there's a couple I want to bring up. One of which being the Spider-Man 2 movie game, and also Friend or Foe is another one. Spider-Man 2 has like this kind of alien vibe sort of deal, so like Day of the Earth Stood Still, like Mars Attacks sort of, you know, sort of deal, so that's pretty fun. As, like, besides the classic version of Mysterio, it has, like, it's probably one of my favorite, like, interpretations. Like, I like that they went the alien route. But in the end, it's revealed that he's just, you know, a special effects kind of, you know, he's the same old Quentin Beck we know. Which you do encounter him earlier in the game. Like it's, you know, it's, you're going through dealing with Beck trying to call out Peter, and, you know, he just, after getting humiliated, he becomes Mysterio and just wreaks all sorts of havoc, creating robots and all this other crap. So yeah, as you can see with this portion of the fight, he's just, you know, it's a 2099 flying section, so you just got to avoid his little spiral magic things there. Make sure you get in the right spot, and then when you can, you zip onto his face, and then you just beat the shit out of him, which is, it's just great. I think it goes for, I think it's rule of 3 or rule of 4. I can't quite remember. I know when you play on harder difficulties, it just kind of drags itself out, and so it becomes a bit of a pain in the ass. But yeah, so you kind of have that. But yeah, this fight's pretty cool. The other game I wanted to mention was Friend or Foe, because Friend or Foe is essentially the like, as he's essentially the main villain in that. He just kind of becomes like, you know, he's sending symbiotes out to terrorize you, so you got to get all your friends and foes together to take him out.
Here I come.
So now we have the the what I call the lamest portion of this fight is just you're just hurling rocks at him. So after you fight all his thugs and stuff, his shadow demons and all that crap, you'll get a chance to fling boulders at him. So it's kind of lame, but I'm guessing this was the point where they just kind of ran out of ideas for them to do. But if anything, this is probably, like, as far as structure, this is probably the closest to the Scarecrow missions, just an overall design. The fact that you're just kind of circling around him. But, so yeah. Next, talk about Spectacular Spider-Man. I nearly fucked that up. But yeah, he was pretty cool in that. One of the cool things about Spectacular, which I probably said before in an earlier part, is that you got to see the development of villains early on. So, like, you get to see Doc Ock before he becomes Doc Ock, you know, when he was old, mild-mannered Otto Octavius. And the same goes for Quentin Beck. Like, he's in one episode of season 1, and he's working for Chameleon. But so, you know, he's basically his henchman. And then at some point between season 1 and season 2, he decides, like, hey, I could do this supervillain shtick. So he's just like, all right, let me just become Mysterio. He gets his ass beat, and then he goes to prison, but you just find out it's a robot. So yeah, he does a ton of that stuff. It's all robots and all that sort of deal. I don't know how he got the robot in his place, but, like, he probably figured out a reason. So of course we have the Shattered Dimensions version of Mysterio, which I really like this version, like, design-wise. I like the hood over him, and also the gauntlets look pretty cool too. I dig it. Ow. That's gotta hurt. But, so yeah, you're essentially just kind of, like, yeah, just flinging rocks at him. But, so, I'm trying to think of what's, like, other versions of Mysterio between 2010 and such. He's not really in the movies. He's not in the Amazing movies, anyway. I guess the next version I could probably talk about is Far From Home. Mr. Jake Gyllenhaal, who is actually pretty good in that movie, I gotta say. I like his natural kind of charisma as Mysterio. And, like, the idea of using just kind of holograms, like that sort of Stark Tech stuff, was pretty neat. So, it was cool. He has a cool design too. That's probably, like, at least top 5 Mysterio looks ever. So, like Spidey said to Juggernaut that one time, it's time to deliver the coup de grace. I love this. Just keep mashing his face into the floor. And fuck you. That's what you get for playing with power, you fucking punk. Ah, that's great. And then we get this great moment with all 4 of them just kind of teaming up together. I like that the Amazing Spider-Man is just like, let me, like, Like, I've beaten his ass enough. Let me get the other guys to jump in here and fuck him up. Language, Miguel. So yeah, the day is saved, and now everybody goes back home. Just no way home our situation. But it looks like it just Thanos snapped all of them out of existence. I wish we could have gotten another team up with these four. But I guess that's just not in the cards. I'm glad that we got to see this version of Madam Web again. Instead of that crap that they're shoveling into theaters. Fuck that movie. You said it, Stanley. I like that we get one last kind of glimpse at each of their universes. Like we see the 1930s, then 2099, and I'm gonna guess this one is the Ultimate Universe, but it's unclear. Level clear. What's our ranking? So we got 20 combo stuff, 6 emblems, and 12-minute clear time. That's not too bad. Could have collected more emblems, but you know, whatever. So yeah, everybody, this was Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. This was a fun time. This was really fun. I love this credit sequence so much. Sorry to catch everyone off guard. I just love that you see the before and after of each villain. Like, we get pre-Spider Battle, and then we get post-Spider Battle, and it's just like the dumbest fucking thing ever. Unintentional slapstick at its finest for each of them. But yeah, everybody, that is going to be it for Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. This was really fun to come back to. It's been so long since I've actually sat down and played this game. And, you know, we got to go through it again and, you know, see all the different dimensions and all the crazy villains that we get to fight and, you know. So yeah, just from the story alone, it's not really much of a story when you get down to it. It's basically a really good sort of premise. Like, it's just having this mystical tablet, you know, shatter into dozens and dozens of pieces, and, you know, you gotta fight your way through who knows what to kind of get that back. And it's all, like, it's all really fun. There's a lot of things that this game does, like, creatively with its visual style and whatnot, so... And, I think the best thing that came from this game was just the overall aesthetic. Like, the aesthetic of each dimension having, you know, a 30s kind of noirish setting, but also like futuristic, and 2 modern day ones which are different somehow. I don't know how, but they are. But yeah, besides that, you know, I think gameplay is enjoyable. It's repetitive for sure. Like, it's not the greatest thing ever, and it has its problems, which have been showcased. And also, I think, like, general, like, level tropes are some of the worst. Like, you're going through saving, like, it's just objectives that are fitting for a video game, and just, if anything, not really that exciting. But yeah, there's tons of stuff to see and do. Like, there's all sorts of locations to visit. There's all sorts of, you know, different collectibles to nab after if you're into that sort of thing. So like, you got the emblems to collect. You got all sorts of spider challenges, hidden spiders, and it does unlock some pretty cool like rewards, which we'll see next time. Like you get bios, you get character statues, you get concept art, like and costumes. Oh, costumes! I fucking love costumes. Um, yeah, there's upgrades to get. There's some stuff for this game for sure, but yeah, I think we pretty much covered most of what that was. But I think for those people out there who play Spider-Man games, this is definitely one that is worth. It is worth coming back to. There's a lot of like really. There's a lot of things to see. It's worth a playthrough at least. Me personally, this is probably one of my like. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man games. I just love going through it. So, but I think for everybody out there, it's worth the recommendation, for sure. So, yeah, there you go. But in a little bit after we see this last slideshow here of Mysterio, we'll watch the special ending scene and tell you what's coming up next. Catch you back in a bit.
So, what'd I miss?
What the?
Nuff said, kids. Nuff said.
The fact that we hadn't seen more of him in anything is kind of a shame. But yeah, everybody. So if you didn't catch the update video, the next game that we're gonna be playing through is Iron Man for the Xbox 360 and PS3. Yeah, not really doing the PS2 version. I might save that for another time, but we'll just kind of see. And so yeah, that's going to be a whole lot of fun. And also, when we get the chance, we're going to do our Shattered Dimensions streams, which will basically just be me playing through the game again. Except this time we're going to be showing off some cool alternate costumes from various Spider-Man across the multiverse. So we got let's see, we got 1602, we got Spider Clan. I think the other one was Flipside for $20.99, and then Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider for the good old Amazing Universe. So it'll be interesting to see them kind of go through the levels, see some fun alternate costumes. But yeah, everybody, I'm gonna close off this video now, and I will catch you all next time with more Spider-Man shenanigans at some point. I think the next time we get to Spider-Man will probably be like Spider-Man 2, but we still have quite a ways away before we get to that. So, but in the meantime, everyone, have a great night. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course, don't forget to take care of yourselves. So, see ya.